Hello, Chem 2 students. Mr. Keister here with you again today. This is the video for Thursday, November 5th, 2020, our scheduled 54th day, I believe, of the fall semester. Always keep in mind, though, the dates could change for a variety of reasons, but the lessons and the order that those lessons are presented will remain the same regardless. So let's take a look at the do nows and see what our schedule is for today. I know we have a test coming up, so we're going to talk about that. No new papers to pick up today. You picked up the exam review yesterday for Unit 4.1 exam. Your homework for today was to complete the Lab 4.1 Vesper theory over molecular shapes. Turn that in today along with the assignment that goes along with it. Remember, the assignment and the lab were connected together, both involving the same molecules. And so turn both of those in today. Of course, if you're here in class, those should already be on my desk. If you're at home, you need to submit both of those to me electronically by the time your regular class period begins. So make sure you do that. You can, of course, check your answers here at school on the board in the back. If you're at home, you can check them with the answer keys page in Canvas. So today, today's a work day. Hopefully you have already begun the Unit 4.1 exam review. You may work on that today if you haven't finished it. If you already have it done, or if you get it done before class is over, just let me take a look at it, and you can then, of course, check your work before you leave class today so that you have everything down to study with tonight. And so it's due, of course, normally by the end of class today. Technically, it is due by the end of class today. But as always, I don't collect the exam reviews until the exam itself, so I won't be collecting it until tomorrow. You do have an online homework assignment, Mastering, assigned to you. Unit 4.1a, Bonding and Shapes, is due this coming Monday, November 9th by 7:30 a.m., so don't forget that over the weekend. So the Unit 4.1 exam will be tomorrow. The review list is already posted in Canvas. I put it up there yesterday. Make sure, here's the big thing, make sure that you have memorized the 7 BU pattern numbers that we went over in class, and corresponding molecular shapes, which are the actual shapes, and the electron geometry, which is the general shape, for each of those 7 BU patterns. You will also need to know the corresponding bond angles for each shape as well. We've gone over that the last several days. Make sure that you have all of that memorized for this test. This test is going to be very different than most. You're going to be doing a lot of drawing, all right? A lot of drawing. On to the review list. Again, it's already posted in Canvas. You may look at that anytime you need to, but let's go over it here in class real quick. So let me advance the page. So there are 33 questions on the test. 25 of those 33 questions will be in multiple choice format. However, on many of those questions, you will also be required to show drawings and or other work involving the electronegativity chart. So make sure you are aware of that. So here's what you got to be able to do. Know how to determine the number of valence electrons for a particular element. That, of course, is based on their group, what group they were found in. And draw Lewis dot structures for that. Know how to use electronegativities to determine bond type, which could be nonpolar, semipolar, polar, or ionic. Make sure you know the cutoff numbers or the electronegativity difference for each of those particular types of bonds. Be able to draw bonds correctly, and remember, ionic bonds are drawn differently than covalent bonds are. Use the correct type of arrows for each of those, and then draw a correct Lewis structure, which is the final structure of the compound that is formed. Remember that ionic compounds have charged particles in them, ions, but covalently bonded compounds, which are molecular compounds, do not. All right. Know the definition and how to draw the bond formation and Lewis structure of a compound that contains a coordinate covalent bond. We went over that in class. Knowing all the exceptions to the octet rule that we went over in the notes, all right? We talked about boron that can have a contracted octet where it only has 6 electrons around it. We talked about phosphorus and sulfur, which can expand their octets, phosphorus to 10 electrons and sulfur to 12. Make sure you know those. Know the general properties of both ionic and molecular compounds. So that is in the notes. It's also on the review assignment, I believe. Know the type of intermolecular force that's involved between compounds that have a certain type of bonding or intramolecular force within them. Remember, there's a corresponding intermolecular force, which is a force found between like molecules that results from a particular type of intramolecular force, which is the bond found within molecules. Make sure you know all of those. Know the difference between a polar molecule and a nonpolar molecule, even if both molecules are formed from polar covalent bonding. We went over that in class 2, and that was also on an assignment, and I believe on the review as well. So that's your multiple choice questions, 25 out of the 33. 8 out of the 33 questions will involve drawings and the related work that goes with them, all right? So here's where you need to know Vesper theory, how to determine BU pattern numbers, how to determine molecular geometry and electron geometry, and again, the bond angles for all the shapes discussed in class. They are all on the gold-colored Vesper molecular shapes handout that you have in your possession, and that we went over that in class as well. All of the BU pattern numbers, geometries, names of the shapes, and the bond angles must be memorized, all right? Must be memorized. There should be no question about that. There is a lot of drawing on this exam, so it will be a long one, all right? It must be completed in your allotted time, so you need to be quick and efficient in completing it. Being prepared for this exam will be key in getting it finished, because if you're stuck on something because you didn't study it enough or you don't know it and you just sit there and stare at it, you're never going to get done, all right? You've got to make sure you are prepared for this so that you can just move ahead quickly and efficiently on each question, all right? Otherwise, the drawing is going to slow you down, all right? So get to class tomorrow on test day just as quickly as you can. The quicker you get here, the quicker you can start, the more time, even a few minutes could make a difference in you getting finished or not, all right? So that's about all I got to say about this one, all right? It's a lot of stuff to know, a lot of stuff to have memorized, and so I hope you prepare for this one, all right? I hope you prepare properly at least. All right, so the rest of the day is a work day to finish up your review. Don't forget we have a mastering due Monday morning as well at 7:30. Get ready for this exam tomorrow. Make sure you know everything you need to know, all right? So I guess that's it. So until next time, this is Mr. Keister signing off. Take care, everyone. Stay safe, all right? Be safe, please. Stay focused and keep working hard. Be ready for this one, folks, all right? Take care, and I'll catch you next time. So long.